Hello there. H3T. Let's boot that thing on time. Let me get my angles correct. Finally got the lighting proper. Phone's right here just in case Fizz gets fired while we live. Let's get this over with. Let's do a quick 30 and then let's get this over. This live stream is just gonna be me talking to y'all because I don't have anything to say. Like I said in yesterday's live stream, if Fizdale was not fired, then I refuse to get on here and rant and rave because everything I said last live stream applies to this live stream. So I'm just gonna talk to y'all. That's okay with you. Just gonna talk to y'all. See what's good with y'all. Is the table shaking? What? Oh. Antoine, what's good with you? Brian, what's good with you? The homie Swag, what's good with you? Oscar's here, what's good with you? Hey Michelle, what's popping with you? Obi, what's good with you? Izzy, what's good with you? Darius, what's good with you? Matt, that is correct. It is time to play Drake. I'm not gonna lie to you. Arthur, what's good with you? Science Experiment, what's good with you? Money, what's good with you? Again, unlike other live streams, I'm not going to get on here and scream and yell because there's literally nothing else to say at this point. We all know what needs to happen, and until the Knicks decide to do it, it's not worth getting angry about. Ross is here. What's good with you? Yeah, we should call one and go home. We've been in this season too long. You know, the Melo that I would buy is happy with a good guy, and Damian Lillard have been shooting so much, but I'm going to call Melo anyway and say Harden should have been Western Player of the Week. You dig? But that's not a hint of there. Not right now, Izzy, but maybe at some point. Jefferson was good with you. Mahadi was good with you. Yeah, I would definitely like 10 likes if I can get anything out of tonight. That's not a hint of there. Shane was good with you. Yeah, I don't know how Fizdale could be smiling. Maybe he's like trying to mask the pain. Why is the table shaking? Am I like in an earthquake and I don't even know about it? But anyway, yeah, I don't know why Fizdale was smiling. Probably because he knows that this was his last game. I don't know. Eduardo, what's good with you? Reggie, what's good with you? I enjoy that sarcasm. He didn't miss much. I mean, the game was pretty much over in the second quarter. I mean, let me see. I was taking pictures of the screen because I was just witnessing a blowout of the likes of which I've never seen. I think the worst one was 38-70, and we weren't even at halftime. The score was 38-70. And we weren't even at halftime. So for those of you who didn't watch, you didn't really miss that much. It was easily the most painful game I've ever watched. And again, I know we get on here and constantly say, oh, it can't get worse, it can't get worse, it can't get worse. It got worse. This was the worst game of basketball I've ever watched, period. And I've seen a couple blowouts before, but that's neither here nor there. The homie, I forgot how you said to pronounce your name. I apologize. I'm really depressed at the moment, but the homie, Genny's here. Gosh dang it. Obi's here, of course. The homie Dylan came through. I don't know what's wrong with the Knicks. I just want them to fire Fizdale. That's a good start. I'm not saying firing Fizdale is going to solve our problems because, again, there's just so many things we could talk about, but that's a good place to start. Yes, the snow outside is definitely more entertaining. And you know, it's cold outside when I got that toasty light over there, but I still got the sweats on. Gosh dang it. That's how you know it's really cold outside, but that's not even there. The homie Izzy says if they're not going to fire him, let's establish that they are incompetent. I mean, yeah, they're incompetent regardless if they keep them or not. Dylan was good with you. S Mode was good with you. I already said was good. The Science Experiment, simply awesome. Was good with you. Gene, I apologize, bro. I'm just really going through it, and I can't even read straight right now. King Vlogs was good. I understand that you are done, and I appreciate you supporting me. Gosh dang it, because I am going through it here. Original, yes, Kadeem Allen should have started, and that's no offense to Smith Jr., but Kadeem Allen clearly should have started. I mean, when he came in the game, he impacted immediately, but we've been calling for Kadeem Allen for quite some time, and shout out to the announce team, Clyde and Mike Breen for making us aware that this man has been injured, and that's why we haven't seen him, but they should have called Kadeem up long before tonight. I mean, long before tonight. It's disgusting that we had to be down 40 points for them to put in Trier and Iggy, but that's good old Fizz for you. Homie Anthony's in here. What's good with you? The homie Extraordinary Pancakes is in here. What's good with you? Ralphie, Scott. What's up with everyone? How y'all doing? Gosh dang it. How y'all feeling? Yeah, we do suck, Ralph. The homie Jefferson's here. The OG Jefferson, by the way. Yeah, it is really, 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 really cold. All y'all better bundle up. But that's not here nor there. If this is your first live stream, I apologize for me being so low energy. It's because I am in shock. I've never seen us lose a game like this before. David Productions, what's good with you? I've never seen us lose a game like this, and it's not worth it. I really shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in just a teensy bit. I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna scream. I'm just gonna talk. Let me get comfortable. Gosh dang it, Ray, what's good with you? Let me get a little bit comfortable on this live stream today. I've seen the Knicks lose a lot. I've been covering the Knicks here on YouTube for 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. I'm not really quite sure. Do we count that first season I was on YouTube? Because it was like weekly videos, so I don't know. But sure. I've been covering the Knicks on YouTube for a boot. Let's just go ahead and call that 5 years. I think since the season before we drafted KP. So that's about 5 years. And I have seen them lose in all sorts of different ways. Tyson, was good with you. I've seen them lose in all sorts of different kinds of ways. 99 was good with you. I've seen us go through 2 17-win seasons. I watched during the Derek Fisher era. I watched when I watched the Jeff Hornacek days. I watched the interim days, if you will, of what's that bum's name who ran the triangle? What's that guy? Kurt Rambis. I watched the Kurt Rambis days. Apex was good with you. I have on cut. And again, I'm not flexing how long I've been a fan. I'm talking about how long I have been on YouTube covering this team. I have witnessed on camera a lot of shameful foolishness. David, was good with you. I've watched a lot of crap. But this was the worst game. I mean, the worst game I have ever watched. I have never seen a team so lifeless. And for the record, I understand that we weren't going to win the game. Nobody thought we were going to win the game. You even heard Clyde and Mike Breen, who I've never heard collectively crapping on the team. I've never heard that before. I've never heard them collectively crapping on the team before. Maybe one person gets sick of it and then the other goes in. But the fact that both of them were collectively going it, that's new stuff to me. That just shows how bad we're losing. Nobody thought we were going to win this game. But how the Knicks have been playing, I thought, and yeah. Normally it's just Clyde. But even Mike Breen was getting in on it. Nobody expected us to win the game, but how it is that the Knicks play, Batman, was good with you, how it is that the Knicks play and how they quote unquote get up for higher talent, I thought it would at least be competitive and then we'd lose at the end of the game like how we've been doing. I didn't think it would be this bad. Again, I just want to show you documented proof, wrong finger, I just want to show you documented proof that this happened. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see? I can't see because it's in front of the camera. Hold up. Y'all see that, right? That is 38-70 before halftime. 38-70 before halftime. And it gets even nastier because when you look at the end of the score of a blowout, normally the score looks a little bit respectable, and you have to say things like, well, the ending doesn't really tell the real tale of the tape. But when you look at the ending score, they got like 130 on us, and we didn't cross 90. Yo, that's almost 40. to end the game. That's after they let Kadeem Allen come in. That's after the literal scrubs came in. And I gotta tell you, it's Raekwon was good with you. I gotta say, Darius was good with you. I gotta say that it's unacceptable for so many different reasons. It's one thing if we had the trash squad in there against their bum squad. Jesus, we almost lost by 50 tonight, y'all, as the end score. But you're telling me we have Mitchell Robinson out there and we can't stop literal nobodies from dunking on us? Again, Giannis baptizing on some Father, Son, Holy Spirit, baptizing Julius Randle is nothing out of the ordinary. We've seen Giannis literally murder Kristaps. We've seen this man teabag Tim Hardaway Jr. on multiple occasions. That's nothing new. But the fact that we are in bum squad time, in garbage time, if you will, and we have Mitchell Robinson out there and they're not able to play defense, they don't care anymore? Again, this is such a deeper, darker criminal link, y'all. It's one thing if you want to point to skill level. I'm talking about the will to care. This is a different type of metric. I'm talking about the will to care. You feel me? Yeah, that's me. What's good with you? Oh, snap. Someone gave me 20. Let me read this one, gosh dang it. This man says, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to say Art. This man said, hey, man, Nets fans coming in peace. No hate. I hope you guys get better. For the sake of all my friends, I'm truly wishing you the best. I appreciate the money, and I appreciate your kind wishes. Most Nets fans are very, 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 very relentless and very rude. So I appreciate you coming on and being very nice. That's dope of you, and I appreciate you spreading love. Ironically, I was going to make this a vlog for this week because there's a gap in between our games, but I was actually harassed by a gang of Chicago Bulls fans and a Nets fans picking up some milk today. No joke. I had this shirt on and I was literally verbally jumped. I was literally verbally jumped by a Bulls fan and 3 Nets fans for supporting the Knicks being this bad. So it's rough in these streets. I'm going to keep it at that with you. It's rough in these streets. And normally I'm able to go back and forth. I wasn't able to say anything back because they were speaking facts. But that's neither here nor there. Let me get back to the foolishness. Gosh dang it. It's such a deeper, darker criminal link. You remember when Jeff Hornacek lost the locker room? Do y'all remember that? Elijah, what's good with you? Do you remember that? When Jeff Hornacek lost the locker room? There were times where it looked like there was no hope whatsoever. Trust no one was good with you. But what we're looking at right now is a on-court display. We're looking at an on-court display. I am not catching a charge, Scott. That's not here there. We're looking, and I don't think they got MSG in jail, but we're looking at an on-court display of the players giving up on a coaching staff. Again, I've watched the Knicks lose in so many different ways over the past couple of years on camera. We're not talking about the years prior that I've been watching. I'm talking about just the 5 years I've been covering them on camera. When was the last time you've seen a team on the court collectively give up and not care? Because again, I want to paint the picture towards the end of the game when we're getting dunked on by no-name scrubs. I'm not talking about Giannis. I'm not talking about Rolo. I'm not talking about them dudes. I'm not talking about George Hill. I'm talking about no-name scrubs, bottom feeders, bums. I'm talking, they don't just need the name on the back of their jersey. They need little hello, my name is type sticky joints on their titties, gosh dang it. No name bums we're getting destroyed by, and we have Mitchell Robinson in the paint. That's a team giving up on the court. Do y'all? I don't know if the room is feeling me here. The team gave up on court during a game. Cameron, what's good with you? That's next level stuff. That is next level stuff. And again, we talk about substitution patterns. We talk about who should do what, who should go where, blah, 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 blah. Hey, what's good with you? What's good with you? We talk about all that kind of stuff all the time. But when we're talking about the players not caring and giving up and forfeiting during a game, that is another tier of why Fizdale should be fired. This is beyond him not drawing plays. This is beyond him still having no answer whatsoever to them not being able to hit foul shots. We didn't talk about it in the last live stream because there was other things we had to really discuss. But fellas, David Fizdale's golden idea to get them to hit foul shots, other than joking about Sage for some reason, this man's idea was he was going to play crowd noises during practice while they shot free throws and have J. Cole there. Yes, J. Cole was at practice. That's the solution. Y'all ain't playing well. You're on, at the time, a 5-game losing streak. I know what you need. Let's bring in J. Cole. He's a great basketball mind. That's not a distraction at all. Let's reward them for being terrible. Kaz, what's good with you? Tyson, what's good with you? And for those of you to my earlier point, because I saw some people on Twitter going at Clyde for some reason, saying, the Knicks commentary team was saying that the Knicks are losing to a bunch of nobodies, but who do they have? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Stone Cold Steve Austin, just for a quick second. When I'm talking, when Clyde and I are talking about a collection of nobodies, I'm talking about the Greek Freak's brother. And I'm going to go ahead and say this on camera. I don't care what bag I lose. I'm going to say it, gosh dang it. Because at this point, it can't get any worse. Giannis, your brother is trash. I don't care if it hurts you. I don't care if it bothers you. And I very rarely talk about people as individuals, but Giannis's brother is trash. And that's not me as a salty Knicks fan. That's an experienced Knicks fan. Other than the fact that they told us 9 million times, that bum played for us. And he's making the same kind of mistakes that he was making when we had him. The only reason why that bum is back in the league, the only reason why that bum is back in the league is because Giannis is the MVP and he's got some type of political pull. But that man is a bum. Now, I'm not bringing that up to slander a player for no apparent reason, because Giannis will kick my door down and dunk on me right now. I guarantee it. And I'm not even selling suits. I'll guarantee it. The point of me bringing this up is when you have a walking trash can like that out there, and we're still getting yammed on with the tomahawk joints, like they done unlocked a badge in 2K, doing the Michael Jackson moonwalker foolishness or Skywalker crap. And I ain't talking Miguel, and I ain't talking Anakin. Definitely not talking Luke. The Skywalker joint. I mean, dunk packages out the booty pipe. We can't stop him. And again, with Mitchell Robinson, I'm not talking about we called up Kenny Wooten, and I'm not saying he's a bum, but I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson is starting like that's our young core. That's them guys. And they're giving up to let Giannis's trash can brethren come through and do windmill dunks on us. This has to be one of the most concerning games I've ever watched in my life. And I know I'm making jokes, but trust me, it's only to entertain you, because I'm dead serious right now. In a time period where we thought 24 hours ago, it cannot possibly get any worse, we sat here and watched mutiny on the court. We sat here and watched the team say, you know what, we were going to lose anyway, and just say, screw it. There were only 2 players who I saw out there tonight legitimately try to not get embarrassed, who was gifted with the opportunity. And I want to really preference that with who was gifted the opportunity, because yet again, Taj just did not play after like the first quarter, which in this particular example, I can kind of see why that happened, but Taj didn't really get to play. That was Julius Randle. As much as I dislike him, that was Julius Randle, and that was Kevin Knox. 2 people who were not going to sit by and let us get embarrassed. And they tried their hardest to do something. They tried. Again, no help from Fizdale, of course, but they tried. Smith Jr. wasn't out there trying. I didn't really see much effort from Kevin Knox. Actually, I just said Kevin, my bad. Who was I thinking? Who was not giving forth effort? I was thinking, who? Not Kevin. Who was not giving forth effort? Why am I drawing a blank? Why am I drawing a blank? We talk about him all the time. Who's that shooting guard who has not hit a shot in like 5 games? Ellington. I done forgot already. You got dudes out there. No. Dotson tried. I will give Dotson that. Dotson tried. I'm not. You know what? Are y'all ready to have the RJ Barrett conversation? I mean, we're here. We might as well go with it. Are you? Give me the green light on that. No Andre 3000. Are y'all ready to have an RJ Barrett conversation? Because I'm ready to do it. David says he's ready because I'll do it right now. It cannot get any worse, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Y'all just let me know if that's okay. Can we have an RJ Barrett conversation? Because it's time. It's time. Malik, what's good with you? All right. Let's start with the foolishness alarm because it's only right. For those of you who are not ready to have the RJ Barrett conversation, this is a good time to click off the video. I'm going to let you know right now because we're going to go ahead and go in. Ace, what's good with you? David, I like that pun. Hold up.
That was easy.
I like that pun. Science Experiment says it's time. All right. Paul says it's time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. Let me do my research first. Let me do my research. I will do on-camera research because before I say what I'm about to say, I want to make sure I have the receipts. Swag. I know you got me, but let me just make sure. Let me just check the box score before I say what I'm about to say. RJ Barrett. 2 points, I believe, from the free throw line. 1 assist, no rebounds. He shot 0 for 9. He had a block, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. No turnovers, and not that I care, and not that it would matter in a blowout like this, but the plus minus is looking really disgusting. Not that I know what that means or care. I'm gonna be easy, and yeah, for the Bucks.
That was easy.
It's time to be concerned. And that's all I'm going to say. It's time to be concerned about RJ Barrett. Now, in times of the past where I have rung the alarm, so to speak, or broken the glass for being concerned for a rookie, because remember, I did this for Kevin Knox, and I did this with Damian Dotson, and I'll do this with a bunch of various people in their first year. But this is a different reason for why we need to be concerned for RJ Barrett. It's not because he's trash. It's not because he's terrible. It's not because of this terrible shooting performance he's had and the shooting performances he's had for the last couple games that we don't really address that much because we like RJ Barrett. I'm going to make a little bit of a comparison for you. And I'll go ahead and say, spoiler alert, it all goes back to David Fizdale because it always does. I want to tell you an example of someone who is being coached correctly but is in a crappy situation, but no one is ever concerned for their mental well-being. Trae Young. Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks, a trash can organization that's just as bad as us. They're just in a not even small market, sub-market team. Sub-market team is doing the exact same thing Luka is doing right now. Now, nobody talks about the Hawks because they're trash, and Atlanta is a sub-market team. But Trae Young is doing the exact same thing in losing efforts. Nobody seems to care. How this relates to RJ Barrett? Even though he is in a losing culture, in a losing environment, he has a coaching staff who is all around him, beating him on the chest, saying, yo, you Trae Young. You the second coming of Steph Curry, bro. You gonna come in here, man, take the step back three from the logo. You got it, bro. I'm pretty sure that when you look up the lyrics for No Guidance on Rap Genius, and you look closely and read between the lines, Chris Brown and Drake were talking about Trae Young. You got it, Trae. You got it. Hey, you got it, Trae. You got it. Hey. And then what happens after that part? What happens after that part is Alfred Payton comes in on the hook and says, I don't want to play no games, That's what happens, but that's not, there. We're gonna focus on what matters for a quick second. Gosh dang it. They are hyping this man up and saying, bro, you got it. You can do this. They're believing in him. They're putting forth positive energy, getting in his mental mind space and letting him know, you're that dude, you got it. RJ Barrett, unless I'm mistaken, unless everything y'all told me over the summer is a lie, was that guy in Duke? Was he not? Highly recruited, possibly the #1 draft pick if it wasn't for Zion, which we got to have a bus conversation about him, but we got our own problems, so I wouldn't dare talk about the Pelicans because we got our own problems at the moment. But this man was the best player in the friggin' country. But what happens when you put that New York Knicks uniform on? Aside from our curse as an organization, what happens? You got David Fizdale over there getting in your head, telling you things like, oh, you need to focus on passing the ball. You need to focus on distributing and all that. You need to blah, 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 blah. The exact opposite of what is happening. This man's big old claim to fame of we got to have a winning culture and we got a next man up mentality and blah, 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 blah. That is not player development. What you are doing to RJ Barrett is you are ruining him. And it's one thing when you did it to Trey Burke. It's another thing when you did it to Dennis Smith Jr., who is a shell of what he used to be. It's one thing when you break them. It's one thing when you destroy the spirit and brand of Alonzo Trier. It's one thing when you got Damian Dotson looking over his shoulder every time he has a turnover. It's one thing when you break players like that. It's one thing when you got Courtney Lee second-guessing himself. That's one thing. It's one thing when you are gifted. You are gifted with DeAndre Jordan. You get friggin' Wesley Matthews, and as soon as they put on the jersey, they are bums. But you literally see them a year later doing a little bow and arrow joint, gosh dang it. It's one thing when you consistently break players who don't have gigantic lips, who give you a little mean on the side, a.k.a. Moutier. And you want to put that type of effort into freaking Frank Ntilikina. But you have gone too far when you want to stunt the growth of RJ Barrett, our last hope. Because believe it or not, whether Knicks fans want to say this out loud or not, RJ Barrett is our last chance because no one is ever going to come to our team. Ever. Ever. It's never going to happen. I got my hopes up too. Y'all saw me. Put me in the friggin' hospital. They're never going to come to us, y'all. Our best hope is to draft talent and hope they develop into something. And I swear on everything I own on this planet, I will not sit here quietly and let Fizdale ruin our last chance at being relevant. You get lucky and get Alonzo Trier and don't freaking play him. You get the second coming of Allen Iverson, who just needs a chance in Trey Burke. You give away Ron Baker. You don't want to bring back Luke Cornett for whatever reason. I guess Noah Vonleh wasn't getting it done. You don't even give Beasley a chance. You kick him out before our first Summer League game. You wouldn't give Beasley a chance. Does anyone remember the public feud he had with Kristaps Porzingis? And again, I'm not saying I like KP at all, but do y'all remember the kind of stuff? And this is Fizdale. I'm not talking about Scott Perry. I'm not talking about management. I'm not talking about the players they bring in. I'm talking about Fizz. KP is on Instagram saying, yo, I'm ready. I'm ready to shoot the ball. He was ready to come back. And Fizdale said, yo, I don't know what that man's doing. I'm going to be quite honest with you. Who's that chick from Aquila and the Bee? I can't remember her name, but took one look at the video and says, I'm sorry to this man. I don't know him. I'm sorry to this man, but I don't know him. I don't know this man. I'm sorry, but I don't know this man. That's what he did. That's what he did. Looking at our hope. So Scott Perry and Steve Mills say, okay, this ain't working. Let us try to make something out of this shenanigans, and gives you Dennis Smith freaking Jr. Now, whatever, Kiki Palmer, thank you, Naomi. Whatever alternative motives that DeAndre Jordan had off rip, whatever, he was able to get you Dennis Smith Jr., who last time I checked before he came to us was balling. But then you get in his head. You make him feel like attacking the basket isn't good. And what do we say all summer long? This man talking about a three-point shot. This man been working with Trae Young and Chris Paul. What the jive is Fizdale doing to him? We are watching the exact same thing happen to RJ Barrett right now. I do not believe that it is 100% RJ Barrett. He's a rookie. He's going to struggle. He's a kid. We were spoiled with his early performances. But when you come from friggin' Duke, where you are in a system where there's not only an expectation for success, but you are in a system where game in and game out, situationally, you know what to do. You know what sets we're going to run. You know, close game, it's all good. We'll win because we have a plan. You take someone from a structured winning environment like that and put them in the David Fizdale pickup game YMCA system, and what do you think is going to happen? He's not used to this. He don't know what to do. He's probably looking at Fizz like, what are we going to do? And Fizz is like, I don't know. But we want to be surprised. We want to be, and that's not even talking about how many minutes he's playing. We're not even bringing that up. Again, we're talking about tangible stuff at the moment. We ain't even going surface level. This the deep dive. I told you, are y'all ready to have the RJ Barrett conversation? Because I'm watching. I'm watching what's going on. And when you have someone who has no idea what he's freaking doing, and you have a child from a winning culture, and you put him in this garbage disposal of a system that we run thanks to Mr. Fizdale, that stuff starts to seep into your brain. But no, Wayne Ellington was on the team on the Miami Heat where they went on that incredible run and almost made the playoffs. So, we have that. No. You are showing this man, again, who is not used to losing. You are programming in this man's brain, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I needed Zion. Maybe I can't handle the NBA. You're programming that in his brain. He's a kid. You're ruining our last chance. We can't let this happen again. You've already ruined Kevin Knox. You've already, Mitchell Robinson had no expectations. You've already ruined Trier. God, I don't want to know what Iggy's mental space is right now. You got Dotson feeling some type of way. And you know what this is going to lead to, y'all? You want to know what this kind of foolishness and behavior is going to lead to on behalf of Fizdale's poor leadership? You know where this is going to lead? Alonzo Trier is going to leave. Frank Ntilikina and Damian Dotson are going to get offers from other teams. We just picked up Frank's option. He's a free agent this summer. I bet you the Spurs make that offer, and I bet you Frank Ntilikina leaves to go win somewhere. We picked up the option on Dennis Smith Jr. Okay, cool. Bet you he'll leave to go win somewhere. Y'all think Taj Gibson is going to stick around for round 2 of this? Alfred Payton out here finessing us, so I don't know what's good with him. You think Marcus Morris is going to sign up for a second year of this? Julius Randle might ask for a trade. Who knows? That is going to leave us with a broken Kevin Knox, a broken RJ Barrett, a Mitchell Robinson who I, for the life of me, do not understand how the coaching staff has not communicated to him the simple things he needs to do to improve his game in year 2. That Mitchell Robinson is just such a glaring example of mismanagement of players. There is no way. I do not believe that Mitchell is just incompetent and doesn't understand what he needs to change. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. We're looking at a glaring example. And we're going to be stuck with players like that because everyone else is going to leave. And we're going to be stuck with a bunch of mentally scarred, traumatized children. And they'll grow up. They'll get sick of losing. And just like the players of old, your Kylo Quinns, your Enes Canners, they're going to have an opportunity to dip, and they're either going to force their way out or they're going to leave for greener pastures. And all of this is because they refuse to fire David Fizdale. If there is anyone on this earth who thinks David Fizdale should still be the coach, I hope that this 40-minute long live stream is enough to convince you otherwise. I hope that the last 40 minutes of content has been enough to let you know, if you're not a Knicks fan and you're looking at this video, if you're a first-time a viewer or subscriber and you're watching this video, I hope the last 40 minutes have answered every single question you have in regards to why do you want Fizdale gone so badly. And I also want to bring up that everything I mentioned over the last 40 minutes has nothing to do with Scott Perry, Steve Mills, or Dolan. Not saying that they don't have a hand in our misfortunes, but I'm talking about the on-court product that we are seeing game in and game out. You need more examples, hit the rewind button. I'm going to talk to y'all for a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and go. And I think we should all take a moment to really recharge and really take a moment to just like who saw type stuff. You feel me? Like cleanse ourselves of the Knicks for a good 2 days. And then meet back here on Thursday and let's see what happens. Because I have a feeling, I haven't gotten any notifications. I have a feeling that even after all of this, after the worst performance in Knicks history, David Fizdale will still be our coach on Thursday. So everybody take a break. Everybody get ready. Everybody prepare yourself because nothing is going to change. I promised myself I wouldn't yell, but anyway, what y'all saying on here? Yeah, that's me. Says, I don't care if the coach is... It doesn't matter. The ghost of Michael Jackson could be the coach. It doesn't matter. The homie Angle, I know that's not Angel. Angle says, yeah. He has to go. Period. There is nothing else attached to it. Period. He's got to go. The homie Slowpoke says bad teacher. If you are referring to Fizz, and I absolutely agree. The homie Bruce says definitely not the roster. Most of the players had career years before the next. Oh, I agree. I'm not even giving that any form of attention. I'm really not. Like I'm not giving that any form of attention whatsoever. I have addressed everything. So if you disagree, then you disagree. Reggie, see you later. Probably already gone, but I'll see you later. Frank, I agree, and it's a crying shame. The homie Hall says true, LOL, something always goes wrong with the Knicks, but man, Ja would have been a show. Yeah, I've been watching Ja Morant. He's been playing really, really well. I'm definitely jealous. But again, under Fizdale, maybe he would have been broken as well. You know, I don't think it's a player thing. I think it's management and the coaching staff. Homie Science Experiment says, what happened to the report that they would fire Fizz a month ago? I don't know. I'm at the point where like I don't even like keep up with the tabloids or anything like that because they be getting our hopes up for nothing. The homie R says RJ gets 0 calls. Yeah, he definitely wasn't getting any calls tonight. But again, there has to be some type of play that can lead to instant offense. There's got to be some type of like RJ Barrett specific play that can lead to him either, if he's not getting the calls, maybe somebody sets some type of like pinch post screen or something. Like I don't know, like I don't know plays. I'm not a coach, but there has to be something they can run to get him an easy bucket. There's got to be. And again, an elementary school coach at the YMCA could probably think of something. There's got to be something. Sorry. The homie Scott says, when I see Fizz, I'm going to add lenses to those glasses so he could see the door and leave.
That was easy.
Deserves an easy button. The homie Tyson says, everyone be safe out there. Hopefully we can get the W next game. Yeah, for realsies. Be careful out there. It's getting kind of crazy, getting kind of hectic out there. So be careful. I don't know if it's nor'easter levels, but it's pretty bad. I'm surprised I still have internet at the moment, but that's neither here nor there. Homie Shane is giving me penguins. I appreciate that, bro. The homie David says, "You got me depressed. I'm still trying to convince myself that the Knicks in 2020 will be a good idea for me. I'm sure by the time you're old enough to be drafted into the league, the Knicks will be better. And if not, I have confidence that you'll make them better." The homie Big Fam says, "I'm fizzed out." Ooh,
That was easy.
bars. He does not motivate the players at all. It's the same stuff said after every loss. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I'm going to watch his post game because it's literally the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Ace, yes, Kadeem Allen did play, and I don't believe he missed a shot. He played very well. I think his first possession, he hooked someone up with an assist, but that's not here nor there. I broke out my Bernard King jersey to bring some luck for No Handles Randall. Fortunately, it meant nothing, but shout out to you for having that jersey. The homie Kev says nobody plays defense. They need some defensive players or a coach that will inspire them to play some defense or care because he's clearly lost the entire locker room. Ooh, homie Facey. That is an OG Severhead. That's not even a penguin. That's an OG Severhead. Says, I'm on the Fire Fish train, but who would be a better coach? I've said a bazillion times, I think we should get Tibbs. I know y'all want Mark Jackson, but I'm here for Tom Thibodeau personally. Excuse me. The homie Art says I watched RJ Barrett prior to Duke, and even when he was in high school, having plays made for him. Fizz, whomever needs to draw something up, I'm glad you see it too. The homie Scott says that Popovich could take us to a chip. Probably. He would probably be able to unlock something amazing with Frank as well. It's not here nor there. The homie 1990 says, what up, Sev? Puerto Rico in the building was good. I know you're happy because your state's very own Carmelo Anthony got a Western player of the something thingy thing. Another bad night in the mecca of basketball. So sad. At least this wasn't a home game because I think they might have burned the Garden down. So thankfully, this was not a home game. The homie R says, wouldn't you play hard for a coach you like? They don't like him. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way. Like, and again, you can tell by how they just gave up. I think even the locker room has turned on this man, and it's funny but sad at the same time. The homie Shane says, who should replace Steve Mills? The writing is on the wall. I am specifically focused on Fizdale. We can get to Steve Mills and them afterwards, but I think we have to attack the main issue head on, and that is addressing the management of the players that we have currently. I think the Steve Mills and all that stuff is off-season type shenanigans. I think we need to address simple things like them not being able to, them not being. I don't know. Where do you start? Do you start with motivation for free throws? Do you start with motivation for defense? Do you start with motivation for ball movement? Do you start with the execution of hero ball and a certain no handles Randall spinning in the paint over and over again? Do we talk about how there's no plays? Do we talk about the rotations? I mean, there's so many things to go with on that particular note. Simply Awesome is nominating me for head coach. I don't think so. I think I'd be a good GM, but not head coach. I don't know anything about the fundamentals of basketball, but I would definitely take the money, and I would probably get us more than 4 wins. I can tell you that. That's neither here nor there. The homie Shane says the media is way too soft on Fizz. Oh, I agree, but anything to undermine what actual Knicks fans are saying is what the national narrative is going to be. The homie Elijah says, no, Tibbs overreacted. Is that overrated? All he's going to do is run the same 5. At least we'll play some defense, though. I mean, it's got to be better than what we're doing. I really like Tibbs. I think he's super slept on. The homie David says, so you expect Steve Kerr to make the playoffs in the West with G? Probably not. Wait, are you equating the players we have to G League player? Are you making a case for our players being trash? I'm not here for that, bro. Bruce, I'm not here for that at all. We got great players. I don't know if that's what you're saying, but if it is, I don't agree. I don't agree with that at all. Nah. I like the team we have. I really, really do like the team we have. And I know we're super doom and gloom on here, but it's not too late. It's not too late to try and salvage some foolishness. You go on a 10-game winning streak or something like that, and we're right back in it for the Eastern Conference. So I don't subscribe to the idea that our players and the people on the team are trash. I'm not going for that. Unless you want to specifically, as David is bringing up, unless you want to bring up Ellington or Frank or something like that, then sure. And I'm very biased against Frank, so don't listen to my Frank Ntilikina takes. I'm hurt. I'm just hurt. The homie Ricky says the massacre in Milwaukee. I think that's a beautiful way to title this foolishness, but that's neither here nor there. The homie Raw Official Gaming says, to the people who say it's the team, look at the Hornets. They are ninth. You feel me? That's factual.
That was easy.
That's big sloppy facts. Hey, the homie Paulie's here. What's good with you, bro? That's a nasty record as a head coach. Last comment I'm gonna read. Big Fam says, I want to keep Morris after we sell everyone else at the deadline. I am 90% here for that, but that's not even there. Like, comment, subscribe, H3T. See the Triple OG putting as much work as me, entertaining you in such a way after such a heart-wrenching loss. Do me a favor, point him out. And again, I'm out here speaking nothing but factuals. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything to you. I'm not going to come on here and lie. I'm not going to do the whole, oh, it was a tough loss, but we'll get right back at it. Ooh, let's look at these highlights. No, I'm going to get on here. And let y'all know what's going on. So if you want to be lied to, if you want to be treated like a 4-year-old and have people pander to you, check out these other magical Knicks channels out here. Gosh dang it. But I'm not going to get on here to lie to you. I'm a fan just like y'all. So I don't think I'm better than you. I don't think I'm anything special. I'm a fan just like y'all. I just happen to be on camera and I'm going through it with y'all 1000%. One day they'll be good, but that day is not today. But that's not even there. Polly, I'll see you later. Gosh dang it. 1980. I'll see you later. I appreciate them Penguins. You know I'm a polar bear. I feed off that foolishness. Gosh dang it. I do. And I'll see y'all later. I want you to debate Stephen A. Smith. There would be nothing to debate a boot because, I mean, what would it... Maybe about Fizdale. Maybe that's what we would disagree on because I don't know if there's anyone who thinks the Knicks are good at the moment. So maybe we debate over Fizdale and him being trash or not. But outside of that, I don't know what Stephen A. and I would even debate about. We'd probably be agreeing on the same thing. I'd probably press him for not being an actual Knicks fan. But other than that, I don't really know what we would be debating. But that's not there. You're welcome, David. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you something to chuckle at in these desperate times. I'll see y'all later. Can I get a couple more penguins before I go? Just a couple. I just need like 2 more people to give me penguins, then I can dip off. Gosh dang it. Man, I gave y'all an hour. Come on, on a 42-point. Come on. We got blown out by 42, and I gave y'all an hour. I think the kid deserves some penguins. Like, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I think I deserve a couple penguins. Just a couple. I'll settle for... Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, gosh dang it. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, gosh dang it. Slowpoke, I'll see you later. Welcome to the live streams and all that foolishness, gosh dang it. I'm freaking 1980 to give me more penguins. I appreciate that, gosh dang it, because you know I'm a penguin. Well, I'm a polar bear. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Get some rest. Be safe out there. Bundle up, gosh dang it. And I'll see y'all later. Shane, I'll see you later, gosh dang it. Agaga, 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 agaga. Agaga. Ooh, excuse me. Agaga.